Yeah, what's going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome one more time to the Big Time Show podcast. Yeah, we're here. We're here live on Podbean, the original home for the Big Time Show podcast. We're live here on the Spotlight Sports Network, the second home of the Big Time Show podcast. What is going on? We're here live on Facebook. We're here live on Twitter. We're here live on Twitch. And we are here live on the Big Time Show YouTube channel. What is going on in here? What's going on, everybody? I'm here. I ain't been with you all week, not since Monday. I had a lot of stuff to do. I should have come back. We had an outstanding show on Monday. Thank you for all of those that came on with Coach Dennis Simmons, the assistant head coach of the USC Trojans. We were here with Boss Cowboy and Law Nation. We were there all here together. We had an outstanding show. If you haven't seen it, you ought to go back and peep it out. If you don't know, Coach Simmons, of course, was C.D. Lamb's his college coach at the University of Oklahoma, wide receiver coach. And, of course, he let us in on a few things that we didn't know before. So if you don't mind, go back and check that show out. I guarantee you will be entertained. It's a good time we had, all right? We're here today because I'm just gonna go through it. Listen, for those who are here, why don't you go ahead and share if you can, if you don't mind helping your boy out. Why don't you share? And we will, like I'm doing right now, and then we can go ahead and get on with the show. Really, this is a purely speculative show today. All right, that's it's not facts. Hey, I'm gonna speak to everybody in a second. Hey, what's up, Mike? Michael Evans, I see you, Miss Smith. What's going on? Coach, hey, my brother Coach Simmons is in the house. What's up, man? Thank you for popping in. My brother, the conscience, is in the house. Kevin Kyrie, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Miss Ty is in the house. Hey, Coach Price is in the house. Michael Evans, what's going on, brother? I'm just speaking to those that I can actually see. Appreciate you guys popping in on today. Listen, this is just purely speculative today. Because if you have been following me, you know some of the things that I have been saying. What's up, Ken in the building? What's going on? You know what I've been saying, okay? You know what I've been saying. And just in case you don't know, I'm going to recap it because I said this stuff, what we're getting ready to talk about briefly. I said this stuff almost maybe about 3-4 months ago. When the schedule came out, I saw something, and based off the vibe of last year and based off of partly of because of Coach Quinn, I saw something. I saw last year how Coach Quinn interacted with the players, and he went down there when Coach McCarthy, of course, if you remember, he had COVID. He went around the team. The team didn't miss a beat. Coach Quinn came from the box. He coached on the sidelines. The team did not lose any inspiration. The team played hard. It's obvious that Coach Quinn is well loved by especially our defensive players, and it's obvious that they will play hard for him. I saw that. What's up, Tavis? I see you, brother. And so I saw then, and I kind of started after the season when we lost to San Francisco. I had started saying something that I thought that was not too far fetched, especially with the attraction of Gary Payton. I'm not Gary Payton, Sean Payton. I'm sorry, hanging out of there and just waiting. I saw the excuses and the tolerance level. They're not going to really say it, but I could actually see something kind of brewing. And the love and the respect that you hear for Sean Payton, even from the Jones family to this day, you make you wonder. Even though they came with a little, insurance, I started saying to myself months ago, if you've been following me, you've heard me say this, that I can see Coach McCarthy falling on the chopping block before the season even ends. I said that. Y'all, if y'all been following me, you know I've been saying that. I told y'all I would not be surprised. I said this months and months ago. I mean, I'm sorry I didn't have my video here. That's what I should have done. I should have gave it to you so that you could see it, so you can hear me saying it. I said right then that I can actually see if the Cowboys do not get off to a quick start this year. This is what I said. If they don't get off to a quick start at the beginning of this season, that seat is going to be, it's already hot right now, but the seat will be so hot that the Cowboy Nation, even though we lost Amari Cooper and we lost Randy Gregory and we lost Cedric Wilson, the Cowboy fan base is incredibly impatient. They will not give you no more time. We're at the point now where we don't even care who line up, who's on the team. If you got a star on your helmet, this fan base is looking NFC Championship game and up. Yeah. I already know, Coach. I already see you. I mean, I know it. I know. Now, Steven, you going ahead of me, so I'm setting it up right quick. Okay, setting it up. But I've been saying that if the Cowboys get off to a slow start, and we're gonna look at this together, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a problem. Because the fan base is going to be irritated and ticked off. It's a lot of the fan base already saying this is just a stay your head above the water type year. We ain't trying to get no free agents. We just going strictly to the draft. We're young players. We're saving the money up for next year when the TV money kick in, all that kind of stuff. This is what they're saying. So this year here is almost like a wash. That's kind of what fan base, a lot of fan base is saying that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Terry. Terry, hey man, just hold up a minute, cause see, your comment kind of tags in, and I got you on the book, man. I'll talk about that a little bit later, especially to my Podbean family in just a moment. I'm sorry. But I get you, Terry. I get you. And the last part of your statement, talking about Prescott, he's gonna have a lot to play in what I'm getting ready to say. He is, because it's just that time. We already want Kellen Moore gone. Most of us already want him gone. A lot of y'all want him gone now. That's just the truth. You know you already frustrated with him. You don't like his play call, and you just want him out of here. And some of y'all definitely want McCarthy out of here. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all do. A lot of my Cowboy brothers and sisters, y'all do not like Coach McCarthy. Y'all want to hold on to Quinn now. Everybody want. That's pretty much a consensus. Everybody wants to hold on to Dan Quinn. We'll give you that. But when it comes to McCarthy and Kellen Moore, y'all about ready to get rid of them. Y'all about to put that FedEx sticker on their backside and ship them wherever they want to go. Just get out of Dallas. That's where y'all at. And I be dang, y'all. I mean, I said this months and months and months and months ago. Y'all know I said it. And then all of a sudden, either this was late last night or this today, and look what has been said. See, y'all thought I was crazy. Look at this. Read that. I'm sorry, Podbean, you can't see that, but I'll read it to you. It is a flyer there that is saying that the NFL Network is predicting that the Cowboys will fire Mike McCarthy by mid-season. Now, that I'm the only person, I already know, I'm the only podcaster that have said essentially the same thing. I said that if the Cowboys don't get off to if they get off to a slow start, he may not make it to the bye week. That's what I said. And now I got a pretty good, yeah. What's up, Shane? I'm the only one. I'm the only one that done went this far. Some of y'all thought I was just Looney Tunes saying ain't nowhere in the world. I'm telling y'all, if the Cowboys get off to a slow start this year, and see, here's the definition. Okay, what do you consider a slow start? I'm gonna tell you mine real quick, cause see, we're coming out the gates at the beginning of this season with some fire games. You don't believe me? Let's look. Y'all already know what week 1 is. That's Tampa in Dallas. Week 2 is Cincinnati in Dallas. Week 3 is the Giants in New York. Week 4 is Washington. Then week 5 is the Rams in Los Angeles. So let's do it again. I just stick with the 5 game. I said a slow start. Usually your season is in quarters. Usually, but they added on the new game. So usually you'd be 4 games. That's the quarters. So let's just stick with, but since they got the odd number of games now, let's just go with 5 starting off. Again, Tampa in Dallas, first game. Cincinnati in Dallas, second game. The Giants in New York, the third game. The Washington, whatever they are, the 4th game in Dallas. The Rams, world champions, in Los Angeles, the 5th game. So we got 3 home games and 2 away games. All right? I'm telling y'all, let me tell you something. Most people are going to pick Tampa to win anyway, starting off, okay? So that it is, I ain't for the prediction because I got to see who line up. I ain't for the predictions, right? I mean, not saying, I'm just speaking of a slow start. So we're playing the what-if game. Cincinnati, the AFC champions, the next game. A lot of people going to pick Cincinnati to win that game. The Giants, most people are going to pick us to win against the Giants, even though it's in New York. Washington, I just got Washington. They're most with Carson Wentz there. Most people are going to pick us to win against Washington. Then we play the Rams in Los Angeles. Everybody is going to pick the Rams to beat us, baby, except Cowboy Nation. You know what I'm saying? So let me just I play it right now. I mean, it's kind of hard because you don't know who's gonna line up, but just based off if everybody's there, let me just think real quick. I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna do it. All right, Tampa. Well, I can't do it because I don't know how Kellen Moore gonna play. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. Look, if Kellen Moore get out there and do what he usually do, we ain't gonna beat Tom Brady. You got to pound Tampa. You got to beat them in submission. So until I see Ezekiel Elliott get 17 carries and Pollard get maybe about 8 or 9 or whatever, if we can get 30 carries, we get over 100-yard mark running the ball, then I'll be able to say it. Last week one when we played Tampa Bay, the man got scared, didn't even try to run the ball when we played Tampa last year. Didn't even try to do it. Didn't even try. You know what I'm saying? Just pass the ball all day. Stopped them one time. We ain't running no more. So I don't know what Kellen Moore gonna do. I don't know. If we run the ball consistently and stay committed, I think we got a good shot at winning that game. So I'm just gonna play that role, okay? I say the Cowboys will maybe win that game, okay? Cincinnati. Cincinnati, we should win. I don't care nothing about Burrow. I understand they have made the line better. I get that, but we should beat Cincinnati. Their defense is not great at all. We should be able to, even with Mara Cooper gone, we should be ready. Giants, we should beat the Giants. I ain't gonna waste time on that. Carson Wentz doesn't beat Dak Prescott. He just don't. So I'm gonna pick us over Washington. Then the Rams, I'm not picking us to win the game against the Rams. So y'all don't mess with me about that. I'm still a Cowboy fan, even though I don't think we're gonna beat the Rams. Okay, so based on what I'm saying, I'm looking at 4-1. Okay, so that's a good start. That's a good start. That is. That's what I'm thinking right off top. 4-1. That'll keep a lot of fire off of them. We'll be rocking and rolling. Defense should be, humming pretty good. We'll be all right. Okay, but let's play. Let's play now, if you don't mind. Because I'm trying to. Because I did say if they get off to a slow start, I did say that he may not make it to the bye week. That's what I'm saying. And speaking of which, the bye week is week 9. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 games before the bye week. All right. We got 8 weeks before the bye week. I'm being honest with you. I think that's the testing ground. I'm serious, y'all. I'm thinking that is the testing ground. It's just me now. You ain't gotta agree. I'm just saying I believe those 8 weeks. If the Cowboys are off to a slow start, let me tell you something. If they lose to Tampa and they lose to Cincinnati, that's the first 2 games. If they start off 0-2, they better beat the Giants in New York. Now, look, I'm just going the other side of it now. They better beat the Giants. I'm so okay by this thinking, I'm going to say they're going to be 1-2. And then Washington, that's 2-2. Then Rams, that's 2-3. By that time, we will know a lot about Dak Prescott. That's that Terry. If you still here I come. Mari's gone. We'll see what this wide receiving core look like. And if Dak is not really throwing the ball or pretty good, and if the running game is not working either, if he's gotten up off of it and the offense is really struggling, let me tell you something. Somebody's going to take the sword, and it ain't going to be Kellen Moore. It's going to be Coach McCarthy, because he's going to be the one on the front line. They're going to blame him. They're not going to blame Kellen Moore. All right? That's the first 5. The 6th and 7th and 8th game, that's at Philadelphia. A lot of people are going to pick Philly to win that game. Then we got the Lions in Dallas. We should pull that off. Then we got the Bears in Dallas. We should pull that off. So On one side, I said 5-1. 5, 2, 6, 7, 7-2 on my count. The other side of it is, let me see, I said 2-3 with the Rams. Philadelphia gonna be a tough game on this Sunday night. Possible 2-4. Lions come to Dallas. That's 3-4. Bears. That's 4-5. By that time, if that's you're playing the other way, and this is just speculative, y'all gonna say this team gonna win. I'm just saying, if the Cowboys, based off of my little theory, on the one side of it is 4-5, I don't think they would be 4-5. I'm just saying, if they are 4-5, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you something. That seat is gonna be so hot in Dallas by then. Oh my God! Can you imagine? Dallas is gonna be calling for his head. They're gonna be calling. If they don't show up early, they're gonna be calling for Coach McCarthy's job. You can rest there. And here's the kicker. For those that say, well, that's not gonna happen, even if it is like what you're saying. Please remember last year. Please realize that we do have a second head coach on this coaching staff. Please understand that these players love Dan Quinn. Please understand that, especially our defense. Please understand that Dan Quinn can just slide right on in and take over head coaching responsibility. Please understand that. We saw it last year. Let me go on and just say it now. How about this one? Is it safe to say that the most popular coach on this team is Dan Quinn? I mean, seriously, I ain't talking about with the fan base. I mean, I think we all kind of are leaning that way, but I really believe you will poll the players. I really believe that you'll have a vote that say they love Dan Quinn. They'll say Dan Quinn is the most liked, the most respected coach on this football team. I believe that. Hey, Pastor Taylor, I see you, man. Thanks for popping in. Listen, I'm telling you now that if Coach McCarthy don't get this stuff right from the beginning, they got to come out swinging fast, man. If not, his job. I'm serious, y'all. I've been saying it all the time, y'all. I've been saying it. What's up, Joe? I see you popping in. I'm telling you, he gonna have to get off to a fast start in order just to get this fire that's gonna be all on him. I'm saying he gonna need to keep his job, because all they gonna do is, it ain't nothing gonna be missed out. Please understand that. If Dan Quinn slides in, Kellen Moore will still be the offensive coordinator. Dan Quinn will just come to the sideline. Because remember what I've said, Coach McCarthy's best attribute was being an offensive coordinator. He has a ring on his finger saying that he won a Super Bowl because he was a head coach / offensive coordinator. His best attribute, that's what got him into the league, is being an offensive coordinator. He can't do none of that here. None of it. He was given Kellen Moore when he was hired here. Again, remember how he came in. Jerry Jones allowed him to formulate his own coaching staff, except one person. Except one. Kellen Moore was off limits, which means, since that's the case, I don't care what Coach McCarthy said. Well, you know, Kellen, I love working with. I don't want to hear that. He had to inherit Kellen Moore in order for him to take the job. If you can't do what your best attribute is on your team, we got a problem. You just a sitting duck. He ain't contributing to the defense. Dan Quinn got that. He ain't doing special teams. Bones got that. He's definitely not calling plays and by his own admission. Remember what Coach McCarthy said. Coach McCarthy said, whoever installs the plays is the one that will call the plays during the game. So since that's the case, what is he even doing in practice? To get the game, we know Kellen Moore is calling it. If Kellen Moore is teaching the plays, what is Coach McCarthy doing? What is he doing? Most of you got a problem with him with his clock management. The only thing that Coach McCarthy say, hey, let's go for it on 4th down. That's it. He ain't calling the play to run it on 4th down. He just say, hey, let's go for it. He say, hey, Bones, we're not gonna punt. Run the fake punt here. Bones got all the plays. He ain't saying nothing to Dan Quinn. He don't know defense. He might say something during the game to Dan Quinn. Hey, they can't handle our pressure. Let's dial it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and dial it up. Let's go ahead and crank it up a little bit. They can't handle the rush. He might say something like that, but he ain't calling nothing. So what really is he doing other than doing what I'm doing now with his headset on? I mean, I'm seriously. What is his contribution? I mean, in meetings, I'm just saying, in meetings, what is he saying? Maybe in game planning, hey, we really need to put an emphasis on running the ball. Hey, the defense that we're playing are ranked 20th against the run. We really need to go ahead and dial up these running plays and let our guys pound. I mean, that's it. And shoot, Kellen Moore, when we were playing teams that couldn't run, he still wouldn't call running plays. They couldn't stop the run. We still passing the ball. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm saying. If he leaves, we're not gonna miss him. Let's be honest, y'all. Y'all don't want to be honest with me today. Okay, let's be honest. Who's the better motivator, Coach McCarthy or Dan Quinn? I rest my case. I rest my case. Who do the players respond to better? I rest my case. It's Dan Quinn. Hey, Saturday Night Smoke, I see you over there. Fire, Bean. You say 2-3, but 2-0 in the division. Them first 5 games, Saturday Night Smoke say we're going to be 2-3, but we'll be 2-0 in the division. So he counting that we're going to beat the Giants and Washington. Which really ain't saying nothing because it's Saturday night. Because what Smoke just said feeds into the narrative that's already out there about the Dallas Cowboys. Okay? We'll just go with what Smoke said. Saturday Night Smoke said that we'll be 2-3 and 2-0 in the division. Well, the narrative is Dallas can't beat nobody but the NFC East. But when it comes to the big games, like Tampa, like Cincinnati, like the Rams, we can't get over the hump. So if that's the case, that's what got him on the hot seat in the first place. I'm telling y'all, they're going to have to come out swinging. You let Dallas lose against Tampa starting off and lose against Cincinnati and lose the Ram game. And then, of course, they beat the Giants in Washington. I'm telling y'all, that feeds the narrative of the last 2 years. That destroys the NFC East. But when he plays the big games, he's nowhere to be found. He can't pull it out. That's the narrative that's on that. It's been there for the last 2-3 years. And they're going and your local, which is a problem within itself, but you know it's gonna happen. Can you imagine Shannon Sharp? Can you imagine Stephen A. Smith? Can you imagine ESPN as a whole if the Cowboys lose to Tampa, Cincinnati, and the Rams and only beat the Giants and Washington? Can you imagine what they're going to be saying? I'm serious. Which is going to put more heat because you can guarantee some folks going to be saying, all these analysts, they're going to be saying, look, we've had 3 years of this, and it's obvious that Coach McCarthy cannot get the job done in the big game. So he probably needs to let go. He probably needs to be fired. That's what y'all gonna hear, because they saying it now. Thank you, Coach. Hey, Pastor Martin. Look, Pastor Martin, y'all don't see the comment there. Pastor Martin is saying, he said that Mike McCarthy said his job is to be the analytics specialist. And when you hear Coach McCarthy, that almost kind of match. I'm trying to figure out what really is his contribution to the team. Y'all remember last year talking about they were smashing watermelons and that's supposed to fire them up. Man, Dan Quinn ain't got to do nothing but get out there and look at them guys in the eye. And them guys ready to run through a wall. See, when you got to start using gadgets and all that kind of stuff to motivate your team, it fits sometimes. But can you talk these guys and to go ahead and have them running through a wall? Can you do that? That's what Dan Quinn can do. I'm not calling for Coach McCarthy's job. I don't want y'all to get it twisted. I'm just saying that they better get off to a quick start. They better. Or drama's gonna ride. And there's a lot of y'all, and those that'll be watching this replay, maybe not these that's in this group here, this chat line, but there's a lot of y'all want to cheat on Coach McCarthy with Coach Payton in the first place. Now, let's just get that out the way. Anything that can get Coach Sean Payton to Dallas, a lot of y'all want it anyway. And the only way he's going to get there is unless Coach McCarthy is gone. And a lot of y'all say that Jerry Jones has a flirtation. He wants Sean Payton so bad. That's what a lot of y'all saying. If that's the case, then what I'm saying is making a whole lot of sense to y'all. It's making a whole lot of sense. Huh? I'm telling y'all. I'm just saying. I'm just and it ain't so far-fetched, y'all. I'm telling. Now, winning cures everything. Let me come on this side. Winning cures everything. If the Cowboys get out to a fast start, then what I'm talking about ain't about nothing. He just got to hold on at the end. I see he got hot last year. All right. He got hot last year. Started off blazing. Then they died down at the end. And y'all wanted his head, wanted Kellen Moore gone, wanted Coach McCarthy gone when we died down a little bit last year. So it'll keep the heat off of him until November, when it's really money time. You see what I'm saying? He's on the hot seat all year. You let the Dallas Cowboys, okay, let's go. You let the Cowboys be 12-4 this year, 12-5, and get knocked out in the first round. What you think gonna happen? That's with a over a 12-13 game win, which will probably get you a home, definitely a division championship home game, but you possibly be right at probably maybe number 1 seed or number 2 seed. Get you at least 2 playoff games in the season. What you think gonna happen if the Cowboys beat 12-13 and then lose in the wild card round? What in the world you think gonna happen? You gonna get fired with a 12-4 previous record and a 13-win season next year, and you're gonna be the first one out the door. They'll be packing up his belongings out of his office. He'll be the first one gone. You let the Cowboys go to the playoff, don't win the playoff game after winning 12-13 games next year. Watch what happens. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Terry, the only thing I'm going to say to you is this. He's really not an ex. He was not the head coach. Bill Parcells was. He was just a coach on the coaching staff. They loved the way that he coached, but he was never offered the head coaching job. So I would agree with you if Sean Payton was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I would agree with you. But we can't really just say he's the girl you left. The girl they left was Bill Parcells. Wasn't Coach Payton. He never was that. And to be honest with you, Nobody knew Sean Payton was that good while he was an assistant coach here in Dallas. It wasn't until he got to New Orleans where we found out that he's this guru. That's when we found out. So I can't quite get with you on that one. Parcells was the guy. See what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. All I'm gonna tell you is let me see, Coach Martin says it doesn't matter what coach we bring in until Jerry stops micromanaging his coaches and give them total control of the team, we will not win. 12-4, one and done. Firing the coach will be more the same. Exactly. I'm just throwing it out there because if Coach McCarthy is fired and Sean Payton is still sitting out there, y'all already know what the narrative gonna be. Now, Sean Payton, I'm in agreement with Michael Evans right here when he says Sean Payton will never take this job. I'm agreeing with you because Sean Payton has built his resume up that he would come just not here to coach. Sean Payton would come here wanting to run things, and we all know Jerry Jones don't want to give up no power. Huh? See what I'm saying? The love affair, the love affair is that Sean Payton was a coach here in Dallas. When Bill Parcells was here, he was on their staff, and they liked his coach acumen at that time and all that. But he never was a head coach. But they know that he can coach, and they really fell in love with him with his success in New Orleans. You know, they really felt he was not the offensive coordinator here when Parcells was here. I don't even think he was the play caller, actually. So I'm just saying, y'all, you got to get off to a hot start just to keep the fire off. If they get started off to a slow start, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to say it again. The pressure in Dallas will be incredible. You let Dak, a lot of y'all thinking, I'm coming to Terry now, a lot of y'all thinking Dak is going to clown this year. We really don't need him to clown. We need him to hand that ball off at least 30 times a game. He needs to be throwing the ball like he did in his rookie year. No more than 27, 25, between 25, 27 times a game. That's the Dak that was the best version of him. We don't need him throwing 40, 50 times. So a lot of y'all thinking that he going to throw 4,000, 5,000 yards. We don't need 5,000 yards from him. If Dak got to throw for 5,000 yards, I'm telling you right now, we ain't winning nothing. You'll win a few games, and you'll win a few games with no. If Dak Prescott has to throw the ball for between 42 and 47 times a game, let me tell y'all something. It's gonna be a long year. If I look down at the stat board and Ezekiel Elliott is not hurt, but he only got the ball 11 times a game, and I look at Pollard and he only got the ball 4 or 5 times a game, no, we're not gonna go. We're not gonna win. We're not gonna win like that. It's not even gonna be pretty, y'all. It's not going to be pretty. And this is what we used to because we all know who our offensive coordinator is. Y'all know who he is. Hey, Coach Breedlove, I see you. Y'all know who he is. Exactly, Coach Martin. Pastor Martin. Pastor Martin just said, and I know you guys can't see it, he says when Dak was handing the ball off, we were winning. It's the truth. That's what we're trying to get back to, but we're putting all our hopes in the hands of Kellen Moore. And I'm sorry, I do not trust Kellen Moore. I do not. Until I see it, that's when I might change it. And I'm talking about more than one game. What's up, Coach Dante? Matter of fact, I'm talking about more than 5 or 6 games. Because, see, there was a stretch last season where we ran the ball down people's throat. We did that. And then all of a sudden, Coach Moore lost his mind and caught amnesia. And then all of a sudden, we put Dak back to passing the ball 48, 50 times a game, trying to make him the MVP of the NFL when he is not has an MVP type game. You just don't. Now, Joe, I'm just reading your comment. Let me say this. A lot of y'all got excited because Dak threw out something talking about I'm going to run the ball. And everybody saying he need to run the ball. No, he don't. Y'all want him hurt? If he get hurt, you know the season over with then, don't you? Huh? You know it's over. No, he need to run, but he need to be running real smart. And he is not Lamar Jackson. Please. No, we need him. See, we already seen what it looked like without him. We need him in the game and call and design draws and call and design sweeps and quarterback powers. And he running the ball. You look down, you want him to run the ball 6, 7, 8 times a game. No, you do not. No, you do not. If he's running, you want him slide, the baseball slide. You can't afford him to be gone. No, we don't. This is not Mississippi State. He's not fast like that. He gonna get hit. I know he big. I get it. We don't need him running the ball. He don't need to be taking no crazy shots. I don't know why everybody, Jordan, I ain't going off. I'm just saying, I don't know why people are forgetting who is our backup quarterback. Cooper Rush? Really? 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 No, we don't want that to happen. So you don't put him in position to get hurt. Terry, I don't know about that now. Terry, let's not do that. Don't do that, Terry. So you were doing good, Terry, but you messed up right there, Terry. And just in case you're on Podbean, my brother Terry Turner just said Dak ain't no superstar. He can't star for nobody else now. That Dak ain't no superstar. Okay, most people would agree with you, but that last sentence, no. He can star for a whole lot of teams. Let's just go by the schedule since I'm going that route. Can he start at Tampa Bay? No. Can he start at Cincinnati? No. Can he start with the Giants? Yes. Can he start with Washington? Yes. Can he start at the Rams? No. Can he start with the Eagles? Yes. Can he start with the Lions? Yes. Can he start with the Bears? Yes. Can he start with the Packers? No. Can he start with the Vikings? Yes. Can he start with the Colts? Yes. Can he start at the Texans? Yes. Jaguars? No. The Titans? Yes. I just didn't repeat the NFC East guys. But Terry, stop it. Terry said he burnt this bridge with me. Let's not disrespect him now. He can start with a whole lot of teams. I know you don't like him. I know you don't think he there, but let's not get ridiculous now. Let's draw it on back in. We don't do look, hey Terry, on my show, we have great educated Cowboy fans on here, okay? So but we don't get to the ridiculous part now. We don't divulge in ridiculous stuff now. He will start. He started with more than half of the NFL. You said the coach, and I said the coach, and that's even with Matt Ryan, of course, going to the coach. I believe the coach would take Dak Prescott in a heart flash over Matt Ryan. See what I'm saying? That's the only questionable, but I believe the Titans would take Dak over Tannehill. I mean, that's just me. I think I'm good on that one. So I don't even want to go that way, but Coach Price said Dak is a superstar. Football teams win games in Super Bowl. Football teams win games in Super Bowls. That's true. You know, he's a good quarterback, y'all. He's a top, you know, it's only a few people that can do it better than he can. You know, he's one of the top, 10 maybe? Top 10. That's where the argument would probably be at. Top 10 quarterback. And some of those guys that people will have ahead of him, it demands a debate. Before Matthew Stafford won the Super Bowl last year, most people thought that Dak Prescott was better than Matthew Stafford. The Super Bowl changed that whole narrative, though. But it wasn't because of Matthew Stafford. They had a pretty good team there. Great defense. Legendary killer in Mr. Donald, Aaron Donald. Fowler was there. Good Lord, Jalen Ramsey looked like a Hall of Fame cornerback already. They were loaded. So, but Stafford gets the credit now because he won the Super Bowl. But all those years in Detroit, nobody was saying Stafford was better than Dak Prescott. Nobody. So, but it's all changed now. You know, the only thing that people gave Stafford credit for with Dak Prescott was saying that he had a great arm, better than Dak Prescott, which is true. I'll give you that. He has a rocket arm. He got a better arm than Dak. But Matthew Stafford had a rocket arm since he played at Georgia. That ain't saying nothing. It knows what you do with it. See what I'm saying? So and a lot of analysts throughout Stafford, because a lot of people will say now that Stafford is ahead of Dak in the top 10 or something like that. Terry said, my guy Terry. Terry, look, and there's a lot of people that feel the way Terry do. See, Dak Prescott is one of the dividing things in Cowboy Nation. A lot of people think he's top. There were folks saying he was top 5 last year. You know, there's a lot of folks say he top 8. And then you got people like Terry here who's saying that he ain't all that. Terry would probably say he top 16, something like that. That's the divide line. And a lot of that is because when it came to the big games, this team just haven't won. And it ain't all been Dak's fault. It's a lot of stuff that go in there. But the bottom line is we ain't won. Exactly, Mike. That's what I was saying. Ain't no doubt about it. Hey, Buddha. Ain't no doubt about that. Regardless of the cow, it's almost a no-win situation for Coach McCarthy. And it's almost unfair. If they have a bad start, if they have a bad record, if they go 9-7, if they go 9-8 or whatever, I think 17 games, if they go 9-8, I'm telling y'all, he gonna lose his job. Coach Martin, I see Pastor Martin say key players win games too, not a coach. Exactly. What's up, Ryan? I see you popped in, man. What's up? Ryan Wilson over there in California. I believe you're in California. What's going on? It's a lot of factors that go in. But Coach McCarthy can't win. I'm almost wondering, what does he have to do? And I'm serious. Maybe y'all, look, this is a speculative show today. What does he have to do? I polled the house. What does he have to do to keep his job? Is it that he has to win the Super Bowl this year? What do you think will keep him next year? What? I guess it's saying if they ain't getting to the playoffs, he loses his job. Let's get that out the way. But if he get to the playoffs, does he have to win more than one game? Buddha says an NFC championship game appearance. And Buddha is saying if he get that far, he'll keep his job. How many of you agree with that? That's a pretty high goal for a team that's really not expected to be there. I'm just being honest with you. When they say who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys ain't one of your first teams that you think of right now. That's just the truth. Cowboys actually probably going to be, what? Let me see. Let's go through it. What? Rams are the obvious favorite. NFC, Rams, Tampa, Green Bay. Those are the first three that's going to come out. I think everything else going to get kind of switched up after that. Maybe Dallas is 4. Maybe. Oh, Gerald says that in order for him to keep his job, my cousin Gerald says that we need to be 12-5 and win 2 playoff games. That means that you're playing in the NFC Championship game then. If you win 2, because you're playing a wild card, then you get the divisional round, then if you win that game, you're playing in the NFC Championship game. So Gerald says 12-5 with 2 playoff wins will keep his job. Which means then, what Gerald is also saying, and I'm just going to assume, Gerald's also saying that if he go 12-5 and win just 1, he out. He gone. I mean, the expectations for him to keep his job, in my view, is got to be real high. And I'm not, and I'm almost leaning toward whoever said, I believe, that said that he has to make the NFC Championship game. It's the same thing what Gerald is saying. If you go 12-5, win 2 playoff games, you're in the NFC Championship game. I believe that is the only way that he gonna keep his job. And that'll be 2 12-win years. But it's not good enough because the expectations are there. And to be honest with you, a lot of us are saying, when they say a lot of us are saying, I'm saying that this team is not as good as it was last year. It's really going to depend on how we're playing. If we're playing running the football, and if we can run the football, then we're not going to have all these gargantuan yards like we had last year, which is a good thing, actually. Dak don't need to throw for no 5,000 yards. If he getting close to 4,000 this year, then that's real good. That let me know we ran the ball well. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, and I'm going to open it up in just a second, because I already know y'all want to come at me. And I know Coach Marv going to be probably the first one to call in. I already know it's coming. But let me tell you, I told y'all this, and I told y'all this earlier. I've been telling y'all for about the last 3 to 4 months. I said, I promise you that the Cowboys are going to have a lot of pressure on them starting at week 1. They got to come out swinging, because if they get off to a slow start, I'm telling y'all, you're going to be hearing about this. And it's obvious now that it's catching on just a little bit. NFL Network is saying now the same thing that I said. They saying by mid-season, so the assumption would be that the Cowboys will have a bad record coming into mid-season. Keep in mind, the bye week is week 8. It ain't gonna cost you nothing, because he ain't contributing nothing, not really. At least that's my view. And Dan Quinn can slide right in as the interim head coach. And I'm telling you, I'm serious, y'all. Look, y'all remember how they raved about Coach Quinn after that New Orleans game? That's when they first started saying, we got 2 head coaches on the staff. I said, okay. Why you want to say that now? That's their mindset. I mean, they ain't lying. They got 2 head coaches on the staff. You got a Super Bowl winning coach in McCarthy, and then you got a Super Bowl a person that's been there as a head coach when they lost to New England, Atlanta, when he was at Atlanta. So you got 2 Super Bowl participants on your staff. It ain't gonna do nothing for Dan Quinn to just step in. I mean, he know what to do. And the front office knows that them guys love Dan Quinn. I'm just telling y'all, the Cowboys got to get out to a quick start. They better. They better. I'm hoping, I'm a Cowboy fan. I hope they do. But telling y'all, this just starting, y'all. It's just starting. I'm serious. I feel sorry for Coach McCarthy because I almost feel like he's a sitting duck coach. That he has to win big in order for him just to keep his job. See, if it's me, I'm looking at like if he do like what Gerald said right here. If Gerald said 12-5, all right. Gerald said 12-5. If we go 12-5, that man's gonna win 24 games in 2 years if we won 12-5. Not too many coaches are losing their job. You would in Dallas though this year. Expectations. I don't see how they making high expectations there. We gotta see how these guys play first. I don't know why the expectations so high like that though. I'm losing to Amari Cooper is a difference maker. I don't care nothing about what y'all say about CD. God bless him. I hope he have a gigantic year. But there's nowhere in the world you can lose a guy like Cooper and don't think that it ain't gonna affect you. Please, let's stop that. Let's stop that. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to about Cooper. Cooper demanded a double team. Cooper demanded respect from a defensive coordinator. It's a loss. No, ain't no doubt about that. All right. That's enough. Y'all see it. Y'all come on fire on me. Here I go. My own line is open. 901-654-6853. There it is. It's open for you. Come on. It's a speculative show. Oh, ain't no doubt about it, Gerald. He said the loss of Cooper will hurt. Oh, ain't no question. You don't lose good players and then say, we're going to be all right. I mean, we should be all right, but no, this ain't no janky person by no means. Here we go.
1-803-960-3584.
Here we go.
Call from
Coach Mike.
There you go. I already knew it. My coach is in the building. Coach Mike.
What's going on, Big? What's going on, Big Show? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm just trying to do the best I can. You know that.
Man, you got so much stuff I just hope you just be patient. You got so much stuff that I got to unwrap with you, man. Because it's a lot of Cowboy fans out there, man, that need to. I know 27 years, man. I've been with this team. I think I've seen all the Super Bowls except for the first one. I was a little boy, but I had watched all the Super Bowls that they had played in. And my dad was a Cowboy fan, and then he was a Raider fan as well, right? Because he loved those two teams. But for people, this first thought about Dak Prescott, because that's the first thing that really kind of got me, and we were Cowboy fans of this. Dak Prescott is a superstar. He's more than just a good quarterback, picture. Mm-hmm. You don't do the things he has done in Dallas with the dysfunction and the scrutiny that he has had in his career, because only based off where he was drafted at. Right? Uh-huh. So I remember, people don't remember this. You can see a lot of Cowboys fans want to talk about now. I remember people, Roger Staubach was a bust.
Mm-hmm.
but they said he couldn't win a big game. I remember when people, Troy Aikman, after his first year, they were talking about running him out of town, that he was a bust as a first round draft pick. Because he wasn't Steve Young. He wasn't Dan Marino. He wasn't those other guys that can win a game by himself. Mm-hmm. But win the games the way he won them, he was a Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer. So this thing of narrative that people said that Dak Prescott is not a great quarterback. Does he turn the ball over?
No.
Okay. We're picking out, when people talk about him, the only thing that they can say is that he don't win the big games. And teams win big games. Yes, I understand when someone says, yes, players make great plays. But if we're looking at one or two plays in a game where we say the quarterback goes down the field and makes the last drive to win a game, there's a lot to go into that. This is why the sport I love is the biggest team sport in sports. It takes a collection and a sum of parts to win games. Yes, there are guys that play key roles. But if everything doesn't go right, you don't win. Tom Brady came back in the Super Bowl and won against the Atlanta Falcons. Mm-hmm. But if the defense didn't stop the people from scoring, he could have never had a chance to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
If a guy don't make a great catch in the game on a third down pass, they don't get back. So teams win games, and that gets onto unrealistic expectations. You pointed out that unrealistic expectations. So if we're saying that Mike McCarthy, and you know I have been hard on Mike McCarthy, yeah. Right? But if we're saying, right, I'm a coach, and I'm not a real a coach killer because I'm on that coaching side. I've been on that coaching side. But if we're saying that Mike McCarthy got to get to an NFC championship game,
that's a lot. That's a high
or to win a Super Bowl.
That's a high expectation.
Who is going to come in here and going to live to those expectations? Anybody, okay, you hire, if Dan Quinn takes the job, now you're going to say he got to win a Super Bowl. Yeah. These are the things that we're putting expectations on guys that they're never going to live up to. And we're always going to fall short. And I understand because of the thirst of winning the Super Bowl. But this is why I have said on your show on a many a time that in Dallas, with all of the other stuff that's going on, all the expectations, all the media, the biggest stage in football, rabid fans, haters galore. You need a special type of guy to be the head coach that don't give a darn what people say.
Mm-hmm. I think McCarthy.
And those are the guys that have been successful in Dallas. Mm-hmm. The Landrys. You know, people don't understand the scrutiny Landry got when they say he couldn't win the big game. That was a mantra. Yeah. He can't win the big game. People don't understand the scrutiny that Jimmy Johnson got when he first got. They were like, "Oh, he's a college coach. He can't do it. That's why they're horrible." Mm-hmm. People don't understand the the stuff that Bill Parcells got when he came here and didn't have a quarterback, and they're like, oh, he's over the hill, he can't win. But if you get guys that are going to play to the media or not going to take over their team and be a leader of men, they're going to fall. And that's the only thing I have with McCarthy, because if he falls because his offensive coordinator, I'm not saying you got to just go out here and pound the ball, but if his offensive coordinator doesn't give a physical presence to this offense, and he doesn't mentor this young man to be a better coordinator, and he falls because of that, and he allows this guy to go rogue, yes, he should be fired.
He went rogue last year, though, Coach. That's.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying, that if I'm going by what he said with the installation of plays and play calling. Now, the part that we do not see is what happened, at the start, the practice facility. We just don't see that. All I know is what happened on Sundays and Monday nights or Thursday nights. Kellen Moore is the one that's controlling that offense completely. And so I'm wondering what is his contribution? And if that's the way we're going to play it, he is going to lose his job.
Well, and that's another point I want to get to, but let me bring it home about Mike McCarthy. And I was saying about leader men. The one reason I think that Kellen Moore is doing what he's doing is for two reasons. One, Kellen Moore got that offensive coordinator job because he was under the recommendation and the high recommendation of Stephen Jones. If people remember this, when they were talking about Kellen Moore being offensive coordinator, that was Stephen Jones pushing for that. Stephen Jones was never a real Garrett guy. Garrett guy was Jerry Jones, but Stephen seen his Garrett in Kellen Moore. Mm-hmm. So that's how Kellen Moore got that offensive coordinator job. And do we remember when they had a coaching search and when they finally got rid of Garrett, Stephen was given a recommendation of McCarthy, and Stephen brought McCarthy to his dad's house, and they stayed there and they made that deal because that's what Stephen wanted, because he always talked so highly of Mike. So there's a thing that says, to me, I don't believe Mike McCarthy is not a coach that's going to allow a guy to go rogue and says he's going to do his own way. McCarthy might be a little like that too. Mm-hmm. This is the thing that people are trying to, yes, I don't like what Kellen is doing, but there's not a head coach that's going to allow a offensive coordinator. I don't care what pressure, because what is your job? If you get fired, okay. Why I'm gonna get fired if I know this ain't gonna work? Yeah. So we gotta remember Mike McCarthy's history at Green Bay. Mm-hmm. They have run the ball 30% more now, and Aaron Rodgers had won 2 back-to-back MVPs since McCarthy left. Yeah. And they run the ball more now than they ran before the last 5 or 6 years he was there. Yeah.
And it ain't because Aaron Rodgers' arm done fell off either. He still got the same arm. But they knew they
put him in a better situation where he was making effective throws, mm-hmm. and they gave their offense a physical presence that made him even better as a quarterback.
Exactly.
So this is not, Kellen is matched up with the right offensive head coach to be able to go rogue. Mm-hmm. And my last point, when we talk about, and what your show started out about would he fire him in the middle of the season? Mm-hmm. Yes, that's a good talking point. Yes, the pundits and the shows, they would love to to spread this. But if Jerry is going to make one last move with this Cowboy team, he loves Sean Payton.
Everybody know that.
Now, I ain't going to say Steven loves because Steven was still cutting his teeth in the organization when Sean was there with Bill Parcells. Steven didn't have as much control then. Sean Payton was a quarterback coach. Sean Payton is credited with the development of Tony Romo as an undrafted free agent. When Sean Payton was a highly sought after assistant picked by Bill Parcells to be his assistant offensive coordinator to Maurice Carson, as well as the quarterback coach. And when he got the job to go to New Orleans, he wanted to get Tony Romo. He wanted Tony Romo before they got Drew Brees.
Yeah.
So he understands how to make quarterbacks into Hall of Fame. Drew Brees didn't come in the league with the arm strength for all these, the Patrick Mahomes and all this. He wasn't that guy. He wasn't the 6'5", throw the ball with a rifle arm. But his coach put him in situations where he became a Hall of Famer. Same thing I think you do with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
So Jerry wanted Sean Payton because he knew Bill was going. Bill probably already told Jerry he wasn't going long, but Sean Payton was gone. And then a couple of years ago, he had another chance to get Sean Payton, and that deal fell through. If his idea is to bring Sean Payton in after McCarthy, you cannot fire McCarthy in the middle of the season and give the team to Dan Quinn, and then you lose a chance then of getting McCarthy getting Sean Payton and keeping Dan Quinn. Because Dan Quinn gets the head job for half a season, he's not going to step down for you to bring another head coach in. So you ride it out. You bring Payton in here. That's what you want to do, Jerry, not Steven. And Quinn and Payton will be a match made in heaven.
No doubt about it. I love it.
So this is not. They're not going to do this, and the Cowboy team is not going to look that bad to the point where they're not in contention. But Cowboy fans, and I leave you with this, Cowboy fans, let's have a good football. Yes, this team needs to play. And I don't think in my personal opinion, I believe Sean Payton wants to coach in Dallas because he's done his thing, and I believe he does want to coach in Dallas. And I don't think he needs to have as much control as he had in other places because Will McClay brings in the correct groceries. It has not been because of groceries that we have not been successful in Dallas. And I'm not with the pundits to say we are worse a team than we were before. Yes, we lost Cooper. Yes, Cooper is a difference maker. But Cooper is not a number. Cooper is not a guy that's going to get Cooper Cup numbers.
No, he ain't that type of player.
And I am, and I'm not, and this, I'm not on bad on Cooper. Listen to me. I think Cooper's a good player, a great player. But I have said this before. I got a problem with great players with two teams that let him go. There's something there with that.
Yeah.
So I want a guy that is totally football, and CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott are going to be superstars. But this offense is not, if we get on Kellen Moore, but does Mike McCarthy have that same philosophy? Because history tells us that. And let's don't get blinded by one Super Bowl. Let's see why they weren't successful to get to Moore. He played in the worst division in football in Green Bay in the history of the NFL. The NFC North is the worst division in the history of the NFL and always has been.
Got you, Coach.
Just wanted to get those things on my chest. And Big Show, I like, man, listen, I just wanted to give you flowers, man, and tell you keep pushing that. I love the show you had the other day with Coach. I hope he's listening, man. I really appreciate his commentary, man, and for him coming on the show to speak with, you know, because of his friendship with you, as well as to try to enlighten the Cowboy fans about his players that he has coached. That's what coaches do, man. They stay with their players, not just to do it on their field. They stay with them their whole lives, and they be mentors to them for their entire lives. And I appreciate you bringing that guy on, that coach on, and kudos and salute to him. And like I said, man, we looking for other big shows like that. Hopefully, I'll give me a show, and then I can be on that panel with you, and we can chop it up.
Well, you know you'll be one of the first ones, and just to let you guys know, Coach Simmons has agreed to come back right before USC gets started. So we're gonna run it back again, and I'm looking forward to that. So appreciate you, Coach. Thank you so much, man. As always.
All right, brother. Have a good one now.
All right.
I'm still listening.
All right. I know that's right. All right, y'all. That's my coach, Coach Marv, coming in. Shane, let me see what Shane is saying. Shane said, food for thought, Cowboy fans. We have been talking about the same thing since Jerry. We've been talking about the same thing since Jimmy Johnson got fired. We have not had a head coach since Jimmy left, and yes, I'm including Parcells. I might have to disagree with you on that. Coach Parcells was a great coach. Great coach. We just didn't win. He's the one that actually got us back relevant and consistent. He did that. In the playoffs, he caught a very young Tony Romo. And Romo was still good. Parcells believed in running the football, had a massive offensive line. We ran the ball well. We were competitive. I mean, we were a good team. He just didn't like T.O., but because T.O. ain't his type of dude. But T.O., of course, lit it up. That's the only problem I had with him. It's his obvious disrespect toward T.O. He wouldn't even call him by his name. If y'all remember, for those of us that remember, he used to call him the player. You know, that he wouldn't even call him by his name. So, and of course, that's when Jerry Jones was Jerry Jones, because Bill Parcells did not want T.O. on this team. But Jerry Jones, of course, back then wasn't caring about that. He saw box office, and he saw a great football player. Of course, that's what T.O. was. And he put him on the team anyway, so just make it work. When you get a guy like this, all you got to do is just line it up. He going to do what he got to do. And T.O. did that. That's the only problem that I had with Parcells in his whole career with Dallas, is just the blatant disrespect that he had for T.O. I didn't like it. I hear you, Shane. Shane said he disagreed about Parcells. He had to bring a former Giant player in on the sideline to hold him up. I didn't like him as a coach. Well, the only thing about that was, his track record speaks for itself. He's a Hall of Fame head coach. He's won big. Every organization that he went to, he made the organizations better. New England, he made better. The Giants, he made better, of course. The Jets, he made better. And the Cowboys, he made better. So his track record speaks for itself. But I'm not even going to take away. If you don't like him, I ain't going to argue with you about that. He just, exactly, run the ball to you. Yeah. He was his track record a little bit too good for me to say he was not a good coach. It's just, he got too much on the resume. He got way too much on the resume. You remember when he was with the Jets were good. Curtis Martin and Keyshawn Johnson. And look, he made Chad Pennington. Well, I ain't going to say he did, but Chad Pennington was a very respectable quarterback, with the Jets back then, if you remember that. We ain't going to even talk about the defense that the Jets had. I mean, he carried the Patriots to the Super Bowl. They lost to Green Bay that year, but he got them there. Dallas made the playoffs. He got us out between, if you remember, it was Dave Campo and, all folks like that. They ain't do nothing. So I don't know about that one, but, to each his own. I ain't going to argue with you. Some folks think that it's almost kind of like Prescott. You got some folks say he ain't that great, and then you got some folks say he good. You see what I'm saying? You had more respect for Barry Switzer. Well, Barry, he inherited Jimmy's team. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do too much. He just needed to keep them guys motivated. That's all he had to do. That team had already won 2 Super Bowls and got to an NFC Championship game and lost. They knew how to play. They just needed somebody to push the buttons in them every now and then to get them going. So he inherited that. So I can't say that. It's just Coach Marvin again. See here.
Call from.
You there, Coach?
Man, let me defend Bill Parcells for you. See, these are people, they show some of these Cowboy fans don't know. Do you know Bill Parcells came to the Dallas Cowboys after they had 3 straight 5-11 seasons?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And they was known as a doormat, and they didn't even have a quarterback. Do people understand that Bill Parcells built this team from the ground up, and he won the NFC East, and not the NFC East like we see the NFC East now. The real NFC East, which is probably, if you look at the history of football, the NFC East has probably been one of the best divisions in football if you go through the totality of the history, because they probably got the most Super Bowls, right? With Quincy Carter as his quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Quincy Carter.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it.
So
that speak for itself. And that's not a knock. And that's not a knock against Quincy Carter. Because Quincy Carter was good.
No.
I just want to make sure
did people think he won a division with him?
But the Cowboys were not favored to win that division with Quincy Carter. Let's get that out there. This guy.
Listen, Bill Parcells was a type of coach that had skins on the wall. Mm-hmm. Don't we know that he had a big falling out? He was hard on Larry Allen, and Larry Allen last year that him and Larry Allen went at it a lot because he was trying to because he felt Larry Allen, he was getting a little long in the tooth, but was getting complacent with his game. He didn't allow nobody to be over the team and not hard on them. He didn't start glowing about Lawrence Taylor till he got finished playing with coaching Lawrence Taylor. And he was hard on T.O. because he wanted T.O., the rest of the team, to understand that if I would give T.O. all this team that I'm trying to get to win, I got to rein them in. T.O. never goes out, and T.O. has no problem talking about coaches that he don't like. He has never said anything about Bill Parcells because he understood where Bill Parcells was coming from.
No doubt about it.
So this is a special type of guy that I said that when you have these distractions, there's so much with the Cowboys environment. You need a guy that's not scared of no one, and he is going to run the team not the front office, but he's going to calm and control the egos inside those lines. And that is a hard thing sometimes for a coach to be able to do.
No doubt about it. Appreciate you, Coach.
On the grass. And he did that. And he just ran out of gas. We didn't know, listen, Bill Parcells' resume speaks. We don't remember New England went to a Super Bowl with Bill Parcells, and Big Show, you've been watching football a long time. The New England Patriots was the worst team in the NFL for forever.
Exactly.
Until Bill Parcells got them to a Super Bowl.
Exactly. Appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right. Thank you. And that's just the truth. But, everybody had their preference. I'm not going to knock you on that, but we can't discredit what Coach Parcells did. He was a great football coach. I can't even argue it. On another note, just throwing that out, I have Quincy Carter and I have been communicating for the last year almost. And he said that he would come on the show. Actually, he's pretty busy. Actually, he's in Dallas right now. He has a camp. Actually, he's doing a camp. I don't know if it's his camp, but it's a camp that's in the Cowboy Stadium this weekend. So we've been in contact pretty much over this last year. Since I'm talking about it, I'm gonna try to see if I can get Quincy to come on here and just kind of let us see what the mindset is heading into training camp and what do guys do. I mean, we're talking about a former starter of this organization for years. We need to ask him, some things about. Yeah, y'all may not like it, but I would love to ask him because he can give us a perspective that not too many guys can give. Not only what it is to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, the preeminent organization as far as popularity goes, because they were just as popular back then. But what is it like to be a black quarterback? Yeah. Cause see, Lord, let me stop. I see a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all don't like that. I ain't talking about y'all that's here.
Call from Michael.
A lot of y'all don't like that because y'all little melon in the skin. Y'all want to say y'all throw the ball away and all that, but some people don't like that just because he black. Do you know there's some people that was calling for Cooper Rush to be the quarterback? Y'all know that. They wasn't many, but you realize that. But that's another whole story with itself. What's up, Michael Evans? I'm sorry, brother. What's up, man?
How you doing, Mr. Douglas?
Man, we just trying to do what we can do out here, man. What's up?
Oh, Lord have mercy. I mean, whoever put this thing up from NFL Network, they need to be prosecuted. I guess it wasn't just one day over there because that is just ridiculous to say that Mike McCarthy is going to be fired by next season. And what proof do they have of that?
I'm going to answer. I'm glad you said that because in the first part of the show, I forgot that part. You just made me remind of why. I'm going to answer that question. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mike. Michael.
Yeah.
There you go. Go ahead. I think.
Yeah, but it's. I just don't get it, Mr. Dublin. I really don't. I don't know. I guess it must have been a slow. I guess it must have been a slow day over there because it is just absolutely ridiculous for them to even make a comment like that. Why are they talking about like Ron Rivera, who had that 2 down years, but no one talked about him getting fired? But Mike McCarthy, I mean, he won 12 games last year, was number 3 seed in the playoffs, and then you're gonna go and fire him over that, and they say, oh well, you know, they went out in the first round of the playoffs. Well, so did Green Bay. Got the number 1 seed. They didn't even score a touchdown against that same defense.
I will answer that last question. The reason why most people would be satisfied, but this organization, that's not good enough. Especially when you have been, you know, when it's been said year after year that this team is so talented and so look how many Pro Bowlers they have. Look, they got a few All-Pros in there, and there's a lot of people who said that they're underachieving, and I believe there's some merit to that. I really do. But the Cowboys' expectations are almost equivalent of the Los Angeles Lakers. It's either a championship or bust. That's how Laker fans. I'm one of them. That's how the Laker fans have always been. It's either championship or bust because of the standard that has been set. And the Cowboys, contrary to what a lot of other folks think, you know, this team, because of previous success 20-some odd years ago, that standard really has never changed. And that's why you get people that's just think strictly Super Bowl. We don't think like the Jacksonville Jaguars. We think like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, I can understand. I mean, everybody is trying to win the Super Bowl, but it's just that the expectation is, like I said, I travel all over the country, and nowhere else except in Dallas do you hear crazy talk like this. I mean, even in Philadelphia, I'm in Philadelphia all night. I don't hear it. New York, I don't hear them. I don't hear it in LA. I don't hear it in Chicago. It's only in Dallas you hear this nutty talk about, oh, we're gonna fire. We gotta trade the quarterback when they know it's impossible to trade him. We're gonna fire the head coach for having a winning record. I mean, I just don't get it.
I agree with you, but I'm going to shed some light on you that maybe that might answer your question. I appreciate it, Mike. Thank you, bro.
All right.
Thank you, man. Let me tell y'all why I even put that up. Okay? Why did I put this up? Why did I put this up? Again, for those that may be joining later, whatever, the NFL Network predicts that the Cowboys will fire Mike McCarthy by mid-season. Why would I even put that up? Because, you know, I like to have a show with somewhat facts. Since I got a little crowd that like to come hear what I have to say and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I just can't be coming out with speculative shows like this one is all the time. I got to have some you know, some real solid stuff sometimes to make sure. Appreciate you, Terry. You know, when I like for instance, what Terry is saying here, when you bring on my friend Coach Simmons, and like Coach Price said, Coach Marr, talking about the interview that we had with Coach Dennis Simmons. See, when you start doing that, your standard of the show kind of raises, and that becomes the new standard. You can't come on here with a Jerry Springer type show like that. And I won't do that. If you're gonna come out, you better have some evidence behind what you're saying. You have to do that. If not, folks ain't gonna listen to you. They just gonna go away and go find people that a little bit more sound like they got some sense. And then, of course, I have the pressure of being, you know, my buddies, podcast buddies, Boss Cowboy, and, you know, his crew and Law and OC, and you know, we got West Coast out here, who one of my guys as well. And these guys are, you know, some of the best in the business. And so you got to kind of stay on the standard with them. Now, I ain't talking about as far as a lot of people. I'm just saying you better have some quality. That's what I'm saying. And some may be thinking, why would I put this out here? Because I remember I said it's a speculative show. And to answer Michael Evans, Mike, I hope you're still here. I'm going to put some merit behind this. Huh? Well, Coach said I put it up because I know the dysfunction of the Cowboys organization. That part may be true, Coach, but that's not the reason why I put it up. I'm gonna tell you why I put it up. It's because of those first couple words in there. The NFL Network. That's the reason why I put it up. Because let's look at now the very young channel that is called the NFL Network. The NFL Network, thank you, Mike Evans, because you made me remember this. The NFL Network is owned, obviously, by the NFL. They're owned by the NFL. Back when Paul Tagliabue was the commissioner of the NFL, you can look this up yourself. Paul Tagliabue, when it came to the TV deal, he called Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones was the lead in negotiating the TV deal TV deals that changed everything as far as these big monies. These guys started turning, doing $1 billion business. Not billion, I'm sorry, millions and millions of dollars business that, previously they were doing. Jerry got involved. His reputation got out. That is how he, and all the credit, if you'll go look it up, the credit belongs to Jerry Jones. This is previous to the NFL Network now. I'm just giving you a little background. Look it up for yourself. You'll see it. He then, his elevation as an owner started right there because it was because of Jerry and him taking the lead, negotiating the TV deals, all that kind of stuff. Fox came into the play, paid billions of dollars for a contract. ESPN came in. I believe the figure was $500 million, something like that. It was Jerry Jones that did that. And his elevation as one of the preeminent owners in the league happened because of that. Jerry's still living off that, because when you say NFL owners, the first two names that you think about is Jerry Jones and Robert Kraft. Those are the two names that mostly everybody gonna say when you say owners. He still has that. Now, fast forward to the beginning of the NFL Network. Who do you think was the lead on the NFL Network, the formation of it? You got it. Jerry Wayne Jones. Jerry is the one that got in here and got all. Why you see so many Cowboys on there? Or who've been there? Why you think Dion was there? What do you think got them that job? Why you think who you think got Mike? Why is Michael Irvin there? Who you think got it? Jerry Jones was the lead on how to get this network started. Now, if Jerry Jones is the lead, don't you think some of these folks might leak out information? Because the Cowboys are good at leaking out information. They're good at planting seeds. They use the media to their advantage and then throw a rock and then go hide. You understand what I'm saying now, Mike? They saying they're predicting it, but please understand that if it was a gigantic problem, we need to find out who the employees are of the NFL Network, because if that is the case, somebody finna be fired. Because Jerry Jones got power at the NFL Network, and you ain't gonna put that out. like that on Jerry. Don't think they ain't gonna be no. I know you're doing your media job and stuff, but he would shut that thing down, kind of the way he tried to do in his interview a couple weeks ago by saying, "Hey, we all in on Coach McCarthy." I mean, what else is he supposed to say? You think he really gonna say, "Man, I wish I can get Sean Payton"? Oh my God, please! He's not gonna say that. He's gonna stand behind his coach, whether he fully invested into him or not. He's just not gonna do that. But for the NFL Network to say this, and the way that history shows that the Cowboys play the media to their advantage, and the Cowboys leak out stuff, kind of like they leaked out, they started leaking their stuff out about the guys. Look, the guys that's working at the Star, all them guys that you see, all those guys that you see that work there, 105.3 The Fan, Brian Brodus, Belt, Bobby Belt, all those guys there. Do you know they're getting checks from the Dallas Cowboys? Y'all know that, right? They work there. They work there. And those were the guys that were putting out stuff that seemed to come to fruition. Right? Who you think was start putting out? Who was putting out that that Amari Cooper was not matching the production of his contract? It started right there at the start. You planted the seed. Then you came on up with it. Then it came to fruition. Please understand that the Dallas Cowboys are not slick. Like we've been saying, for those of us that have been, stuck with this organization for a while, we kind of know the inside outs without them saying it. Jerry Jones is slick as oil. That's I guess he's an oil man. He's slick as oil. Please don't think it's a coincidence that it's the NFL Network that just came out with this. It's called planting seeds. Huh? Coach said put up his last thing, pre-book show. The Star seen, talked about relentlessly. Yeah. A lot of the coaches right. A lot of this is why ESPN do it. There's not a NFL store. If you want to get your ratings up, you talk about the Dallas Cowboys. How in the world you think First Take, when Stephen A. and Skip was together, how in the world you think that show went to #1? Because the mainly offense, the main items to talk about was either the Dallas Cowboys or LeBron James. What do you think has happened since he went to Undisputed now with Shannon Sharp? The two main stories, the Dallas Cowboys, LeBron James. First Take, want to get the ratings up, Stephen A. Smith owes the Dallas Cowboys some of the money he made because it was the Dallas Cowboys. And I know he do journalism and all that, but his takes on the Dallas Cowboys that has elevated his career. Oh, ain't no doubt about that. He owed Dallas some money. Yeah. Those are the two lightning rods over the last 12 to 15 years that can elevate your whole career. Skip Bayless, the gigantic contract he signed at Fox. It wasn't because he was talking about Kevin Durant. It wasn't because he was talking about, the San Antonio Spurs. No, he made a living off of talking about the Dallas Cowboys every week. That's how they lead in the show. That's what Stephen A. and them do. They don't even talk about the world champions. The first game they're going to talk about is whoever Dallas played. Because they know ratings. That's good TV. Because why is the Dallas Cowboys the most beloved franchise or the biggest money? Because they are a ratings franchise. Always have been, and it looked like it always will be. So when I say that, do y'all really think it's a coincidence that the NFL Network predicts. It's called planting the seed. See, I said it 4 months ago, but see, I ain't got the kind of pull that NFL Network saying, because NFL Network is just saying what I've said based off of what I said before. If they start off slow, and I'm talking about real slow, I said it. He may not make it through the year. That's what I said. Y'all heard me say it months and months and months ago. Now they're saying the same thing. But see, you got to pay attention now. See, it's just my thoughts. I'm saying it's not a coincidence. Jerry Jones, and everybody has said it. Jerry Jones is the reason why the NFL Network is what it is today. Y'all just think he sit up in the press box. No, Jerry Jones is a dog when it comes to business now. You don't become a billionaire by not knowing what you're doing. He know what he's doing. When it comes to marketing, when it comes to all the other sides of cowboy business, you know, look, this dude is legendary. You can't even argue with it. And if he has that much pull at the NFL Network, y'all, and it's the NFL Network that put this out, okay. Y'all keep thinking folks just talking to be talking. Y'all keep thinking that. That's why I put it up there. Now, if you would have told, if this would have said Sesame Street predicts, then I would have put it up. You know, I even would have said it. You know, it depends on who said it at ESPN. If it was ESPN, I had to find out who said it, and then I might come up with it. There's some people that are there at ESPN. If they say it, you better put some weight in. If Adam Schefter says this, you better pay attention. If oh my God, I forgot his name. The cowboy reporter from ESPN. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. If that guy says something, you better put some weight on it. I even say this, y'all. Stephen A. Smith not talking out the side of his neck. Yeah, I know y'all. Some of y'all don't like him, but I'm saying he got a lot of connections, and a lot of stuff he says happens. And you better put some weight on it. It's same thing. Look, crazy it may sound. Some of y'all better pay attention. I know y'all don't like it, but I'm just telling you. Some of this stuff you better start listening to. Shannon Sharp, you better start listening. Shannon Sharp has connections all over the NFL because of his time at CBS. And of course, everybody comes to him. And of course, he played in the league. And of course, he has the respect being a Hall of Fame tight end. Give me a break now. You better start something. Skip Bayless, I bypass him. A lot of people don't like him. Huh? You better start paying attention. You better pay attention to this. Because me personally, I don't think it's a coincidence. Now, you may think so. You know, Todd Archer, thank you, Coach. Thank you, cuz. If Todd Archer says something about the Cowboys, you better pay attention. If Brian Brody says something about the Cowboys, you better pay attention. Don't brush it off. I'm telling y'all, that's the reason why I put it up here. I told you it was a speculative show, but it has some merit because of who said this. The NFL Network said it. I know the power that Jerry Jones has there because they have said it. He has the power. He is the one that took the lead on creating the NFL Network. I just don't find it a coincidence. That's just me. And hey, I'm sorry. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I appreciate y'all. I just want to leave that with y'all. I ain't saying it's 100% gold. I'm just saying you got to pay attention. All right. Now, Terry, if you still here, Megan Spagnola, exactly, Gerald. If Megan Spagnola, now see, he works at the Star. See what I'm saying? Megan Spagnola, if he says something, please understand he doesn't talk to a coach. All this talk about that they were talking about Amari Cooper, that didn't come from just them. That stuff they were talking about Amari Cooper, that came from a coach, that came from a front office person. And guess what? Amari Cooper in Cleveland. But they started planting the seeds in the media. And then they came to clean it up at the end and say, well, you know, we just can't pay for they'll say the same thing. Exactly. All right, Terry Turner, because you said this. Terry, I'm going to put this in. If you're still here, let me know if you're still here, Terry. I need you to say something. And it'll lead into what I got to say in a minute. Terry, I'm waiting on you. You gone? Okay. Well, Terry, you might come back and watch this, but if you want my book, 60 Days of Reflection, Seeking Clearer Thoughts, so it's a day of devotion. All you have to do is hit that right here. Most of you don't know. I don't know if you know I have a book out, 60 Days of Reflection. Forgive me for not having it right here. It's actually somewhere else in the house. But 60 Days of Reflection, Seeking Clearer Thoughts. All you have to do is, I guess I need to type that in. Let me just type it in. I'm running out of time. I'll do that. Bear with me, you guys. Of reflection. I appreciate all you guys hanging with me on the day. All right. Yeah, for those that do not know, that is the comment there. That is the name of the book there. Put my stuff there. There's the name of it, Seeking Clearer Thoughts, 60 Days of Reflection. That is my book. You can find it on, you can cash out me for the book. It's only $19.99 with shipping and handling. It's going to cost you $29.99. If you're interested in that, there it is. That's my cash app there. $ Dub Brooks 2. If you want to do that, just if you go on that route, dude, if you stay, especially if you stay out of town, $21.99. I'll order it and get it printed and send it to you. However, you can get it another way, which would probably be best for you. It's on Walmart.com. It's in Barnes & Noble, and it is on Amazon. You can just go find that again. Just put this in there, Seeking Clearer Thoughts, 60 Days of Reflections. That's all you have to do. You can get that on Amazon. You can get it Barnes & Noble or Walmart online. You can buy it there. And they, of course, fill in any information that will be sent to you. That's all you have to do is there. It's a perfect lead-in because for those that are on Podbean, this will be my last show as the big time show on Podbean. This will be my last show on Podbean as far as this name goes. I am going to start, as of next week, I am going to start the Seeking Clearer Thoughts podcast right here on Podbean only. This is the only thing that I will be able to, I will be doing on Podbean exclusively. Most of you know I'm assistant pastor here in Memphis. And I just feel the pull to, we got a crazy world going on. We need some type of inspiration, and I want to start a podcast about, I'm just naming it after my book, but we'll be talking religious talk. I'm gonna do it one night a week. And I'm still going to be doing the Big Time Show, but it just won't be on Podbean anymore. So if you want to follow me and you want to be interested in following me on that, all you have to do is just go to Podbean, Podbean, and just download it to your phone. It's a free app. And once you do that, just search out once. As for now, you can it'll just be the Big Time Show. But after today, it will be called the Seeking Clear Thoughts podcast. But I guess you can follow the Big Time Show and just gonna turn into that. So if you want to download it now, you can, and just follow, just search out the Big Time Show for now, and then you will be and you'll be able to follow me on there. You'll be seeing the day that I'm going to talk about it soon. Just if you're following me on my page, my personal page, Facebook page, Douglas Lewis Brooks Jr., I will put something out immediately and let you guys see that. Hey, Steven, appreciate you popping in. So let's get ready for that. Again, I appreciate everybody hanging with me on today. I will be with you guys Monday as we continue to talk about Dallas Cowboys stuff on Monday. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Y'all know how we close this thing. You know how we do it. Y'all know by now. We come out of here partying. We don't just leave. We dance our way out of here. And I need everybody to get the clap emojis going right now. I need to see some clap emojis going right about now. I need to see it. Because y'all know I ain't scared, man. Y'all know I'm not. Y'all know I'm not. I got plenty more now. I got plenty more in this holster. I got plenty more. I'm coming. Y'all know I'm coming. Y'all need to tell somebody. Y'all need to tell somebody. Come on in. Come on, follow me, because y'all know I'm going to give it to you. The season ain't even started yet. I'm already in rare form. Y'all just wait till the season gets started. Oh, my God. I ain't holding nothing back on nobody. They better have this stuff together. That's all I've seen the hand emojis. I see you. Joe, Steven, I appreciate it. Because, see, when I see that, I already know what I got to do. I got to get on out of here now. Because I got some folks that are ready to party. I love it, y'all. We'll see you next time. We'll see you Monday at 7 p.m. This is the Big Time Show.